Hello guys, welcome back again with me Reza Abdulillah. So today video we're gonna talk about how to learn English for beginners. But first, did you know what is the English language? The English language is an Indo-European language in West Germany language group. Modern English is widely considered to be the lingua franca of the world and is the standard language in a wide variety of fields, including computer coding, international business, and higher education. Most people are using this language in daily life. It is an important language because we use this language to communicate with other countries' people. English is a common language and you can use English to become an international person. In this global era, people are urged to be able to communicate globally. Did you know that earlier we learn English, the better our chance to master English quickly? Why? Because basically the ability of the brain in early childhood tends to be faster to respond to new things. So, here are some ways to learn English for beginners. Let's check them out. First, learn English vocabulary. The first way you can do to learn English is to learn English vocabulary. This is because English vocabulary has an important role in every sentence. If you don't know English vocabulary, it will be difficult for you to understand the meaning of the sentences. There are various ways to learn English vocabulary. You can learn English vocabulary by reading books, listening to songs, watching movies, or you can also find out a collection of English vocabulary on internet. After studying English vocabulary, don't forget to record the English vocabulary in notes so you don't forget the vocabulary you just learned. Number two is listen to the English songs or podcasts. The second way you can do this is to listen to song or podcast in English. By listening to song or podcast, you can practice your listening skill or listen in English. Your ear will get used to hearing English if you keep practicing by listening to English song or podcast. In addition, by listening songs or podcasts, you can also find out how can each word is pronounced. You can also get new vocabulary by listening to song or podcasts. Don't forget to write down these new vocabulary words and learn their meaning. And number three is reading English books. The next way is to read English books. So by reading English books, you can practice your skill. Reading in English, you know. Of course, you will also find a lot new vocabulary that you can learn. Besides that, by reading books in English, you will also get new insight. You can also learn the grammar in each sentence. In addition, by reading English books, you can get used to seeing English sentences. So when you are faced with a lot of English sentences, you won't be bothered to see them. And number four, write sentences in English. From the previous methods, you must already have a lot of new vocabularies, right? Well, now is the time for you to practice your writing skill or write English. You don't need to write a complicated sentences. Start with a simple sentences. For example, you have to vocabulary read or membaca and buku. Make a simple sentence like I read a book, which the meaning is saya membaca buku, and so on, according to the vocabulary you have. And last is number 5. Start speaking in English. If you want to practice your speaking skills or speaking in English, start by talking to yourself in front of the mirror. Earlier, you have made few sentences in English, right? You also already know the pronunciation of each word from listening to songs or podcasts. Well, now is the time for you to recite these words in front of the mirror. Apart from this method, you can also practice in speaking skills by singing when you are listening to a song, read the lyrics, and sing. So subconsciously, you have practiced your speaking ability. If you feel confident, you can invite people around you to speak English. And don't be shy, because if you are constantly ashamed of your speaking ability, you will never improve speaking English. So, what do you think about it? Easy, isn't it? So start learning English from now, because there are so many benefits that you can get, and never be ashamed when you make mistakes while studying. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much. Bye bye.